today's session is on how to decarbonize or how one can decarbonize the cooling system. So the topic what I would like to discuss on is the thermal insulation and its importance. So does thermal insulation contribute to lower emission from the HVAC systems? Let us check ahead. So how does a sustainable building look like? I would say a green building looks like which has a good amount of plantations which can give you good oxygen. You have a good day lighting, then you have human comfort, then you also have the rooftop gardens as you can see, so that it gives you the cooling effect. So these are the sustainable buildings which we wish for. Now, how what makes a building property sustainable is if you have an system wherein which optimize the energy consumption or the improves the energy efficiency. Then we have the water efficiency, like how efficiently we use. So all this put together, reduction on greenhouse gases, then the materials which we used in the construction, all this put together contributes to a sustainability of a green building. And this is a typical HVAC systems which is installed on a healthy working environment in all buildings, which typically it looks like this. And so I would discuss on mainly the thermal insulation. So thermal insulation is basically, if I say the HVAC system is the human body, then its veins and arteries are the transport system, which are the chill water pipes and the ductings. So these are few photographs where the thermal insulation is applied over it and on the ducting part. So I'll just brief you what is exactly thermal insulation. Now, if we see from this picture, ancient, we didn't had those type of generics which we use in today's time, but earlier we had this insulation, which was from a ship wool and which we wear as a jacket or a sweaters in during the winters, so that which keeps our body warm. So that is what we call as an insulation. So how thermal insulation works is basically whenever you apply any insulation, it slows down the rate of heat exchange. So if we talk about in hot applications, the temperature is more than the ambient conditions, and in the cold application, the ambient temperature is lesser. So this is how typical, if we see the inside temperature is at 7 degrees, which is in purple color. The black is the ambient conditions depending upon the application. So this is how insulation works. It slows down the rate of heat exchange. Now, these are the few objectives of insulation. I'll quickly run through this. Energy conservation, condensation control, process control, to just understand slightly about it. Noise control, fire safety, and personal protection. So these are different insulation generics which are used, which are inorganic, organic, and which are used in today's time in different applications. Okay, so in today's time, in thermal insulation is applied on maybe all these areas like industries, residential spaces, commercial spaces, hospitals, then in malls, hotel and restaurants, which most of the projects are running 24 by 7. So basically, as discussed by the earlier panelist, that HVAC is the energy guzzler, and it consumes major part of the electricity, contributes to the electricity bill consumption. So basically, thermal insulation, this are applied or in the buildings and factories. I have shown a typical thermal insulation building. In that, if we see uh, that the contribution apart from the HVAC system, there are also solar radiations through roof, which contributes around 32%. Then there is also through doors and windows, where there is a heat ingress during the peak summer times. Also, the wall, it becomes a it stores the heat, and then later on it gives on the inside. All these things will increase the load on the HVAC system. So basically, the heating in the building structure is mainly transmitted through roof exposed walls and exposed walls openings, windows, doors, ventilators. So all this contributes. So basically, how thermal insulation can contribute to decarbonization is once we apply or have a proper selection of thermal insulation, we can reduce the heat load or the heat ingress over the HVAC system. And these are the methods. So I have few point of view on why or how thermal insulation can contribute towards decarbonization of cooling system is like, as we already discussed, in the tropical climate of India, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning contributes to 60-70% of the building energy consumption. Now, by adopting the innovative HVAC technologies, both in construction and existing structure, significant energy saving can be achieved. This is something which we all follow on the OPEX part, but and also the energy equipment incorporating the latest technologies, like we go for inverter based VRV systems, magnetic chillers, heat pump, energy wheel, and other also play in conversing or a vital role in conserving power and energy. However, my point is thermal insulation can be also a major contributor because, as I said, it's like a vein and arteries of an HVAC system. The piping may run in kilometers, ducting may run in square meters. So, however, the thermal insulation can also support a system that plays a vital role in contributing the incremental power energy saving. Many times, what happens is we focus more on the advanced technologies, and many a time these advanced technologies downplays the importance of thermal insulation. So now, while considering the selection of effective HVAC, it is also very important to focus on uh, insulating a building or a building insulation, which can, if planned or designed in a way, can contribute to a larger extent what we expect. So basically, neglecting the power misuse and dilapidation caused by the heat loss may lead to the depletion of natural resources, because these natural resources are limited. Like if I say coal, and if we waste energy, then all this is going to deplete after some time. So how can we attain the energy saving benefits through HVAC systems and HVAC thermal insulation is, these are the solutions which I feel to be followed. Like Bureau of Indian Standards has to establish some mandatory norms on energy audits and standardize its SOP for thermal insulation work. So we monitor those things. Strict guidelines to be implemented or imposed by BEE for conducting on life cycle analysis of HVAC system, including replacement of thermal insulation before its life end, because every product or every system has a life. So if we use or if we design the product, then it can give optimum or better efficiency during the life cycle. So this is what I wanted to say. And periodic metering of equipments, like you have installed the system, but whether that equipments and the systems are performing, that needs to be monitored, so that we can help monitor the incremental heat loss and heat gain over the time. Now, encouraging building solutions on walls and roofs exposed to the solar radiation reduces the heat gain, and thereby saves the air conditioning cost by reducing the heat load increase. So by this, normally in today's time, what we see is people, they only do the roof insulation because they feel that majorly heat is ingressed through the roof surface. The walls, they might not do because of the commercial aspect. But I would like to say that in the long run, if you also do the wall insulation apart with that, so that can also help reducing your heat load and energy consumption. So this is one of the point which I would like to say, which can, people may opt for doing these things, is like apex authority and government policies that can introduce incentives or subsidies or tax benefits to support the building owners who opt for such saving techniques through energy audit. So probably this may be one of the driving factor wherein they can have some benefit in terms of spending some money or some commercial aspect on all those things, like to have a life cycle analysis, periodic monitoring. This all comes with a cost. Like I said, building insulation on wall and roof, which probably maybe 10%, 15% sites might have. So if they follow those things, they should have incentive plans which can, attract them to follow that. So this is my last slide. So what I would like to say is thermal insulation is at times underrated when it comes to designing of the HVAC technologies. People tend to neglect what is the insulation design. So we have lot many companies having their insulation thickness design softwares. They have a consultative team which can suggest you as per your building model, whether it's a hospital or hotel or mall. Every project is, I would say, different in terms of insulation design, because every project has a different set of requirements. So if I say decarbonize is one step at a time approach, holistic and collaborative integration of technological advancement can lead us towards sustainability. We should understand the criticalness and reduce energy wastage around us the way we go forward. Then only we can say that we can decarbonize or reduce carbon footprint. The last point, which is also very important, because whenever we uh, construct a new project or a new building, we focus on many factors. But once the building gets old, then it needs upgradation, or it needs replacement of various components. So thermal insulation is one of the major part in HVAC system, which has to be or if I can say, is replace the non-sustainable system to improve on system efficiency and thereby saving energy. So like there is a life of insulation. If the life of insulation we change at a periodic time, then again our energy saving or the factors will again we can optimize that. So this is what I would like to I wanted to share with you, that yes, thermal insulation is also plays a very important role, and it can contribute to decarbonization on cooling systems if uh, applied and used in a proper way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hiten, for your informative session.